Hi everyone, in this video I'll share the latest updates from Hamster Combat side. Today on August 23rd, they had a podcast with the blog team and they posted a lengthy video 49 minutes. Although I'll be highlighting the key points discussed between Hamster Girl, the community manager, and the interviewer, and the founder of the Tone Venture. Please make sure to watch the full video. I try my best to add the captions since the original video didn't have them. If you would like summary in Hindi, just let me know and I'll do my best to create one for you. Make sure to share with friends. Please make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much.
What's the state of the Hamster Combat community like right now? Like, is there still a lot of excitement about the potential airdrop in the future?
Oh, that's a good question. First of all, thank you so much for having us, for inviting us and creating this conversation. I just think that the Tone ecosystem does not have enough credit yet, but it will be thanks to you guys and thanks to your coverage. Well, the state of the community is, let me just tell you, we saw a huge interest and a huge anticipation, right? And this hype, as Ian, used before, the word hype. And now things, I must say, they're cooling down a little bit, but just because it's just the natural cycle of the game, right? You have the hype, high anticipation, and then people are getting tired a little bit. And it's okay, we know that, but they are very involved. Oh, so much. So many comments, so many sarcastic snarks at times, but they are very much so. That's something that I was surprised by, that the community is very active. I don't think they sleep. I don't think they eat. They just kind of play the games and comment. That's what I figured.
Yeah, cool. So I guess a big part of it must be people farming the airdrop, sort of waiting for that to happen. And it was sort of, I think, announced and then pushed back. Are you able to share any insights into sort of the reason for the delays, like sort of why it's kind of been pushed back a bit?
Yeah, of course. And I think it's very important to talk about, because despite the fact that I posted so much about this, people tend not to, believe in what we're saying, or just having their own perspective of what's going on. And I appreciate the question. The fact is that when Hamster Combat was created, in a good way, nobody anticipated that much of attention. So the fact that we gathered 300 million users, if I'm not mistaken, in June or July, I'll double check with the team. It's tremendous growth. And what we expected before, right? We expected just a general, ordinary launch, and then airdrop, and things are pretty smooth, and people know how to do this. But then the growth that we got, it's so tremendous that we now require a certain technical solution that nobody in the industry had. And we're working right now with Tone, actually with the Tone core team, to develop that solution. And that's the thing. Imagine, conducting an airdrop to 300 million people at the same time. Nobody has ever done this before. And that's it just takes time. There are also negotiations and, a lot of calls daily involved with different partners that are, different platforms that are involved in this process. And that's why it takes time. So it's just to ensure that our airdrop as smooth as possible. Just imagine getting 300 million people upset. That would be unpleasant, to say the least. And so that's what we're working on the solution that will allow us to do this as greatly and as smoothly as possible, so everybody could get their airdrop at the same time. Yeah, otherwise, it's going to be a huge mess, just a huge one.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, a big challenge, I assume, must be bots. It seems unsurprisingly, when it's, everyone wants to farm an airdrop, people sort of see how many accounts they can farm it on. We definitely have sort of experienced it in terms of when we've had Telegram groups share our stories, and we get insane number of hits to the website, of which, some of it's real traffic and then some of it's sort of clearly automated. How challenging is it to deal with the sort of number of bots and ensuring that the airdrop is sort of distributed to real people?
Here's the thing, right? We actually touched on this one with one of your reporters, right, in the interview. It is not well, we don't have more bots than not coins did before the airdrop. Here's the thing. We cannot allow people not to play on different devices. That's the thing, right? So they can play at using different devices. So that's something that we don't consider bots, right? It's just people having different accounts and trying to farm as much as possible. But when it comes to bots, first of all, sometimes you can tell that they're a bot just by behavior, right? But sometimes you cannot because the amount of players are just insane. And the game itself is really complex. And on the back end, we're introducing new cards and new daily combos every single day. And so sometimes it takes our resources from that. And the bots that we see, we ban them. And before the airdrop, we're going to be cleaning the area a lot. We have been doing this as much as we can, but also it's going to be the focus of preparing before the airdrop, just to ensure that these are real people that are getting the airdrop.
So, yeah, I guess sort of getting back to focusing on sort of the games and building themselves. What's it like working with the sort of mini apps right now? Like, I know there was a bit of a update for them recently. Are they like easy to work with, challenging? Are they getting better? How's that working?
Well, Telegram mini apps have historically been much easier to build on, right? And I think our lovely guest would agree with me today because it gives you direct communication and interaction with users, and that's true, right? You have all of that right there on Telegram. I do sound like I'm PR pitching, but I'm not. I'm not, I swear. Here's the thing, right? It's easy. A lot of people have access to Telegram, right? And so that's what they do. They play right on their phones, and it's much easier. I think you're not on mute. And it's like, thank you. I'm praising Telegram here, so you would appreciate it, I guess. And then they have direct access to users, right? So you can see, companies have used different types of analytics. Google Analytics is something that all of us are using daily, and they're not giving that much insight in what's going on. And so Telegram mini apps also have different integrations that makes it pretty easy to connect to, a Ton wallet, right? So I'd say that it's just the experience is very easy. That's what I say. Again, I'm not PR pitching, just saying.
And do they have any challenges? Like, what's the hardest part of dealing with a mini app?
Okay, can I be straight? I think when it comes to Hamster Combat, it's an issue of fast scaling. I would say that because when the growth kind of exploded and the amount of users that we were getting daily. And I think that's the problem to every single startup out there and every single even corporation, right? When you have tremendous growth, just like all of a sudden, it's putting a lot of pressure on the team, on your servers, on the technical capabilities of any platform that you're using. So I think that's the main challenge for everybody involved in this process, not only for Hamster Combat, but also for Ton in this case. Like to onboard so many users, you have to ensure that it's working smoothly. And so, yeah. So as you can see, the fast scaling or fast growth is not always easy. Can I just jump in and add? I would absolutely agree with that. Well, first of all, Telegram, I think, is the largest social platform that is friendly to Web3. We never hear anything from any other social media company or messenger app. Never. Like Durov is, from what I can gather, is pretty much pro crypto, like crypto friendly, let's call it that way. And so at the beginning of our journey, it was, that kind of helped us boost the growth. And people who were already using Telegram, they were easily onboarded to the game. But now I think it's a tango, right? Because we're using also other platforms like YouTube, for instance, right? And we produce so many videos every single day. We have news daily, we have news weekly, and we also have Academy and like sort of a little bit of a storytelling there, investigations and stuff like that. And with you now, how it works is with YouTube, we onboard people who are unfamiliar with Telegram, right? Because we have like huge YouTube channel. And so they learn through our content, right? Educational, entertainment. We're using like different mechanics to engage new users. And so they get familiar with crypto, and then they learn who we are, and then they join Telegram. So I think it's a symbiosis at this point. Yeah. So, but to your initial question, yeah, Telegram is definitely a way to go.
Cool. And but sort of once the sort of airdrop farming element sort of passes, are we going to see more and more actual sort of real sort of games that are more just sort of fun to play regardless of any sort of token airdrop? I mean, I did notice with like I played quite a few of these Telegram games with Whatbird, at least. I sort of felt like I was playing a game. Like I was like, oh, this is a sort of a fairly sort of classic game style. Do we think we're going to see more of that, like going forward?
I'm actually glad about this question because when it comes to Hamster Combat, what we're working on, and I know that you've mentioned that, and everybody who's on X these days, you can see that people are kind of anticipating the airdrop, but it's not all about the airdrop. In our case specifically, it's more about building an ecosystem. A huge ecosystem that provides utility and long-term demand for the token. And I think that's what upsets me personally. And I know it upsets a lot of people on our team that, people are just complaining about the airdrop being delayed, not kind of recognizing that at the same time we work tirelessly every single day to add new features and to collaborate with gaming platforms outside the Web3 system to bring them in and to build something very sustainable. We have this idea. I'm not sure that I can share a lot at this point, but first of all, there is season 2 when it comes to Hamster Combat. Second of all, there's definitely a huge ecosystem with, I was allowed to mention a little bit of a maybe payment options, right? I was allowed to hit you guys about this. So the plan that we have at this point is so tremendous, and we're working on providing utility and ensure stability and growth. And that's what's important, because I do understand, and I think I'm speaking on behalf of the entire team, I do understand why people are frustrated and that they're waiting for the airdrop, but it's not all about the airdrop. It's about sustainability, and it's about providing people more than just certain amount of tokens when the airdrop finally comes. So that's what it is. I'm upset about this. That's what it is. I'm upset of community not understanding that. I want to say this on the record. I'm upset.
We're waiting for like more teams to finally deliver and finally see growth of other types of games. And from Convention side, I just want to say, if you want to build like next type of game on Telegram, we are always open to like discuss investments, because we are looking for next types of games which are going to be big on Telegram.
Cool. And Hamster, go.
I'd like to say, we got you. We're working on it, trying our best. But I think to your initial question, Tim, I think Telegram, the tone ecosystem actually the Tone gaming ecosystem, to be exact, has already shown what it can offer. And so many projects have joined the ecosystem, are building, honestly, not only tap to earn games, or in our case, like simulator games or meme coins. There are a lot more, as Enel already mentioned. And I'm going to shamelessly promote Hamster Combat as our goal is to reach 1 billion users, right? And to onboard them in the Web3. Just imagine if every single project on the Tone ecosystem has the same ambition. So a lot more users, hopefully a lot smoother process of scaling for everybody involved, but also just kind of to the moon. I think that's my answer. It's to the moon.